Hello! In today's demo, we'll demonstrate how your claims intake operations can be transformed using the AI-enabled solutions from the UiPath Business Automation platform. We will demonstrate how UiPath Communications Mining, Document Understanding, and GenAI can be used in conjunction to ensure a successful claim ingestion. Let's start by reviewing the email that will kick this process off. This email is requesting the creation of a new claim. We can see that the email is in French, and the insured has attached a first notice of loss form. Additionally, we see that this email has been sent to an inbox monitored by Comms Mining. Let's take a look at the attached first notice of loss form. We can see that the submitter has filled out information about the policy, information about the loss, including the description, and all of the required info about the claimant, so everything looks to be in order. That's a good sign and means that we can move forward. Let's move over to Communications Mining, where we can begin to think about processing this inbound FNOL. We first see that our email has successfully been ingested by the Comms Mining platform. It's especially important to note that our attachment is still available for use in downstream processing. Finally, we see that the personal injury label has successfully been assigned, which means that this email will be routed to the correct workflow. Now that our email has been processed by Comms Mining, we'll move to the first UiPath process, the queue loader. This process is responsible for consuming emails from the Comms Mining stream and loading the correct queue. In our case, we expect the process to load a document understanding queue, allowing for information to be extracted from the attached FNOL form. As we can see here, the correct queue was indeed loaded. We'll now kick off the document understanding process. For this form, we're going to be using the power of GenAI to extract all of the relevant information. But first, the form will be classified as an FNOL form, allowing the correct extraction model to be applied. Then, the generative model will retrieve the relevant information that it's been configured to extract. And it seems in this case that one or more of the required fields are missing, so the process will create a data validation action that a human can complete to aid in processing. Data validation actions are completed in the Action Center, which can be seen here. The first step is assigning an action to yourself, and then you can dive right in. In this case, we can see that almost all of the fields have been extracted successfully, except for the policy number, which the model seems to have missed. Let's take a deeper look and see why. As we scroll down, we notice that the policy number field is indeed blank, which explains why the model might have missed this field. If we examine the rest of the page though, we see that Mr. Gilmore has accidentally put his policy number in the wrong field. Now we can extract this information and return to the DU process. In this case, as the human user, I've had to locate one field to aid in processing this FNOL. That's not too bad when you consider that prior to automation, I would have been responsible for this entire workflow. As we return to the DU process, we can click Resume, knowing that the information we just provided in the Action Center is available to the bot. We'll check this handy output report and see that the policy number has been successfully extracted along with the rest of the information in the form. This concludes the document understanding portion of the process. The final workflow today is the claim entry workflow, where the bot takes the information extracted by DU and populates the claim system. The very first thing we'll see the bot do is utilize the language detection GenAI activity to detect the language used in the body of the email. The next step will be to utilize the GenAI translation activity to translate the email to English. We're now able to see the details of Larry's claim request, and we'll be able to store a record of this communication in English. You can see here, the only information we had to populate was the language we wish to translate the email to. Now the claim system will be launched, and the bot will search for Larry's policy info to ensure that a short-term disability policy is active. Now that the policy is confirmed, the bot will proceed to generate a claim utilizing the information extracted by document understanding. You can see that information has been extracted from the policy, claimant, and loss information sections of the FNOL form. Finally, the bot will populate the email content section with both the translation and original text of the email body. This allows a person to process this claim regardless of whether they understand the language of the email. With the claim number extracted, the bot is now able to move on to the final step of the process, composing a response email. Thanks to the power of GenAI, the bot is able to generate a personalized response in the language of the original email. Where in the past we would have had to rely on templates, here we see that we've been able to personally respond to Larry's inquiry by specifically referencing that Larry's employee hurt their knee. We've been able to give the impression that a human worked this claim intake, even though we've seen that the process has been almost entirely automated through the use of Comms Mining, Document Understanding, and GenAI. Thanks for tuning in.